Hello and welcome back to another episode of the BHS Crimson. I'm your host Charlie Quinn, joined by Andrew Chop and today's guests Oliver Poe and Luffy Matos. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming on.
This past weekend, Luffy and Oliver helped lead the Burners boys foil team to a silver medal in states. A very incredible feat. How does that compare to your season goals this year?
Well, obviously, last year we got first in Centrulos, so there's kind of this expectation for us, like we're going again, and we want to get first again, and this time we kind of fell short second, but there are a lot of fencing has a lot of variables that are uncontrollable, like the referee, your equipment you use. So this time some of those things didn't go our way, and I think of it like if those uncontrollable, we couldn't really change that. So if second place is what happens, is our result when these uncontrollable variables don't go our way, I'm all pretty happy with that result.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In terms of my goals for the team, I think that our second placement really we grew a lot as a team.
Mm.
We got a lot closer. We battled the challenges and we got through it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So then moving from kind of a team aspect to personal fencing, both of you have qualified for the Junior Olympics in Charlotte. So can you just break down what's your preparation for that? When does that start? You're preparing, kind of just tell us about that.
So yeah, this is probably my fifth Junior Olympics. It's just like any other national tournament. There's a month between each national tournament, so you have 4-week training cycle. It's really just being consistent with it, going to practice and taking private lessons, keeping your body healthy. I personally train on the side, so I think that helps. And then just be confident after. I think the more you prepare, the more confident you will be in an actual tournament. So because we prepare for both Luffy and I train together, so we prepare for these cycles. There's no reason for us not to compete well and have confidence in our fencing. So
Who's the hardest team in the state to fencing
okay.
against?
So I'd say that probably the hardest team in the state right now is Milburn. They won the state tournament and they have the best overall players. And yeah, because of their placement, I think that would be why they are the hardest team to go against for boys.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, for sure.
So now taking the season as a whole, let's look back. You're not even close to being done with the season. I mean, you still got a couple months, a lot of matches to play. But so far this year, this question for both of you: what's your favorite memory from the team? Whether that be a match, a big win, a loss, or just fun times with the team.
I mean, I always think the time when we're not fencing, just when we get to spend time with each other on the bus or on practice. That's kind of just the most fun for me. It's where everyone's trying to improve themselves and each other. So I think that's really valuable moments. Yeah.
For me, I really like meets just because it's the time that you get to show what you've been working for, and hey, we're pretty good, so we get a win with the team, brings us closer.
Right.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally. So both of you are known for having your music of choice as you warm up. What's your go-to song to warm up for a meet?
My favorite song to warm up for a meet would be "Good Days" by SZA. I really love the relaxing vibe. It helps me just be chill on the strip, be loose, be free.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Honestly, most times I don't listen to music. But last time I tried to listen, New Jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Lasara Film, if you know. But it didn't really work. So I think next time we'll go with something a little more serious, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so I went to a fencing match last week, I believe, and I had never been before. I didn't really know how it went, and I can personally say that it's one of the cooler high school sport atmospheres, at
Thank
least.
you.
And just watching the team around you and watching and cheering after every single touch, every single fencing match is really incredible to see. How does having your team behind you help? Like how those cheers from your teams and clapping and egging you on, how much of an impact does that make in your matches?
I think it's like everything, to be honest, because I always say this, like team fencing is a team sport, but fencing's not a team sport. Like fencing is one-on-one no matter what context you're in. It's like just you and your opponent.
There's no 2v2s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
But that'll be awesome. But I think what's unique about high school fencing is the people you have behind you. It's the coaching, the advice you're getting, and the support you're getting. If I lose a touch, they're like telling me what I can do better, and like giving me like it's gonna be okay. Next one. If I get a touch, everyone's celebrating, and it makes me like even more prepared and excited for the next. So the team behind me is really like the most valuable.
So, Oliver, you're 7 wins away from your coveted 100th win. Does being that close to Bernard's high immortality change the way you're going to fence these next few meets?
Not really, to be honest. I didn't think about it until I got to 90, and I was like, oh shoot, I have to do it. So, I don't know. Just fence each bout seriously. Don't try to do anything crazy, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Luffy, probably not quite at 100 yet, as you are
No.
indeed a junior. But looking forward to next year when you are a senior, you're probably in line to become a captain for the VHS men's team. So how are you going to rise to meet the challenges that are associated with having that level of commitment and leadership as a captain?
Well, one thing that I really like doing is I like to bring the hype to the meet, right? Get everyone excited, bring that energy. And I think that's one of the more critical points of my leadership role is to bring that energy and to be there for the team in that aspect.
Totally. So, for our viewers who don't know as much about fencing, it is a very small sport compared to basketball or baseball. What could you say to viewers who are maybe thinking about starting fencing? Any tips or tricks for them?
I just say like have fun. A lot of fencers, they're really motivated because it is such a small pool. It's really good for like college recruitment, and so they're really motivated by college, or their parents are pressuring them like, oh, if you do good, you can get into a good university. But I think the best way to look at it is just try to improve for yourself, not for anything else, and fence for yourself. That's when you get the most enjoyment, and the result will come too.
I think that if you find passion in the sport, you can really get good at it quickly. And that's just one of the biggest motivators in terms of your skill level.
Yeah, for sure. So earlier you mentioned a 4-week practice regimen leading up to a big competition. What does that look like?
So I think Luffy and I go to club around the same amount of times. I go to club like 4 weeks, 4 times a week. And then I'm also training, so I go to a physical trainer. And basically, how we prep for these things, it's like kind of like a curve.
Right.
So you want to be at like sort of your peak 3 weeks out, but you don't want to waste your like biggest peak. You want to save that for the tournament.
Right.
So right before the tournament, dip a little bit, like in practices right before like a junior Olympics or nationals. I'm not going all out. I'm kind of just practicing things, making sure all my tools are sharp, and so for the actual event, I can like be at my top like performance.
Yeah.
In terms of me, I mean, similar with Oliver, we train together. I go 4 times a week, but one day I don't go to the same club as Oliver. I go to a different club. And then on my own, I love to like keep myself fit. I go on runs. I go to the gym, and I think that's another big part because that also plays into my own style as a fencer, and like the way that I fence is just I think that you need like a lot of strength for the way that I fence. So
Yeah.
For sure.
Totally.
I think that's all.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show. We'll see you next time.
Alrighty, thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yep.